Call me crazy, but I think if the Epstein files include communication with your wife, your boss, and your most recent hire who you're refusing to cut ties with, you maybe shouldn't be leading coverage on one of the biggest stories in America. We can go ahead and add this to the list of reasons why Bari Weiss is not qualified and is too corrupt to be running CBS News. We know David Ellison made Bari Weiss the head of CBS News to be more favorable to Donald Trump, considering she has no broadcast news experience, was never a reporter, and was only ever an op-ed writer. And as 3 million more Epstein file documents were released, this is what CBS News' website looks like. When you search Epstein on the website, the top 6 articles don't reference Donald Trump or the more than 5,000 references to him in the new documents. Not in the top 12 either, but there's 4 references to the Clintons. There are 2 references to Trump or the Trump administration in their recent articles from the last 4 days. Trump administration faces criticism over latest Epstein file release, and Trump, Bill Gates, and more referenced in more Epstein files released by DOJ. But here's what that coverage actually looked like.
Some describe allegations referencing underage women. Others detail parties allegedly held at the president's Mar-a-Lago estate.
8 seconds of reporting on the president in the Epstein files.
Mentions of President Trump, including in unverified tips to the FBI. Of course, none of these men have actually been accused of any wrongdoing. With Trump also, someone who worked with Epstein told investigators that he did see Trump at the house. Trump has said that actually these documents absolve him of any wrongdoing.
22 seconds on Trump references in the Epstein files that are boiled down to FBI tips, and 1 sighting at Jeffrey Epstein's house. David Ellison, the CEO of Skydance, which now owns CBS News, is also in the files, sending millions of dollars either from himself or from Skydance to Jeffrey Epstein. And unsurprisingly, there is also no coverage of the Ellisons' involvement in the Epstein files either. Dr. David Addia, who Bari Weiss announced last week as a new CBS News contributor, has over 2,000 mentions in the Epstein files, including him writing to Jeffrey Epstein, "The biggest problem becoming friends with you? The life you lead is so outrageous, and I can't tell a soul." This is the headline they used for Addia. There was no previous coverage of his inclusion in the documents before this. They only led with his apology. Bari herself gets some shout-outs in Jeffrey Epstein's emails to her now wife, Nellie Bowles, where he refers to her as your babe when talking to Nellie. Nellie did disclose this meeting in fall of 2019 after Jeffrey Epstein was arrested again. Though in summer of that year, she contributed to reporting around Jeffrey Epstein's mansion and made no reference in those articles about her connections to Epstein. We can't remove Bari Weiss from her role, but we should not support CBS News and their attempt to be state-run media.